Hola Leos, welcome to your love reading for June 2020. Keep in mind this is a general reading. If it resonates, consider a personal reading. My email is below. Just send me an email and we can go ahead and set that up. Otherwise, let's get to your reading. Holy Spirit, Angels, Divine Guides, Universe, can you please find your truth, your wisdom, your clarity, and your insight for Leos? Love energies for June 2020. What do you see? What do they need to know? Any messages you have for Leos? Love energies, June 2020 would be greatly appreciated, and we thank you. What do you see? What do Leos need to know for their greater good, June 2020? What are the love energies they passed out of prior to June? Love energies Leo passed out of prior to June. We have the Tower card in reverse. I'll be leaving a link below for what your love interest is thinking or feeling. In that spread will be also something you do not know, in addition to if they're interested in somebody or seeing somebody. King of Pentacles in reverse, those are the energies for June 2020. Also check out my 2020 Sun Moon reading predictions that are in my playlist. My 2019s are also in there. Ask me a question on Instant Go. Check me out on Facebook and Insta. Like, share, subscribe, and or donate. Death card. You end on the death card as you move out of... Oh, death card in reverse, sorry. No, it's in the upright. Yeah, it's in the upright. I'm sorry. As you move out of June into July. Okay, which is what I thought it was. All right, so we start off with the Tower card, and prior to June, there was something going on, and it was falling all apart around you, and it happened very suddenly. You didn't know why, and you didn't want it to fall apart, and when you were in the midst of it, you know, I get the Tower card in reverse, you didn't make any sense of it while it was going on. You're like, why does this have to happen? And it had to happen because change had to come out of it. Maybe you needed to be shook to your foundation because you were continuing in something that wasn't healthy for you, and you were just resisting getting out of it or changing it. So the universe kind of zaps you and says, hey, guess what? We're going to shake up your foundation and get you out of this, whether you like it or not. And like I said, when you were in it, didn't like it, couldn't understand why it was happening, but prior to June, you're seeing why this had to happen, and you're understanding it. You didn't understand the reason, but now you're starting to see the reason and how you've changed your perception and your way of thinking about things or about this situation. And believe it or not, it actually ends up being a good thing. So it's just kind of, you know, showing you what you didn't want to see and couldn't see before. And then after this happens and the dust settles and things clear out, you see things as you should have seen them rather than how you saw them when you were in this situation. Okay. Now, what I think you're seeing with these new eyes or these new glasses you have on is this King of Pentacles in reverse. Somebody who doesn't want a commitment, somebody who, you know, kind of tells you one thing but then doesn't have any follow through, somebody who you know, is fraudulent. So however they're kind of, you know, making something appear or whatever, it isn't truthful. It isn't what you want it to be. And I think that you really see things clearly in this person for who they are, and realize that they, you know, didn't want to commit or didn't want to have a commitment with you, and that however they were presenting themselves was really how really not necessarily trying to fool you, but you wanted to see them the way that you wanted to see them. But now you're kind of seeing them for what they actually are, and you're accepting it too. So we move on to the Death card here, and this is where, and this is the card of Scorpio if that resonates, but this is where you decide you're over this, you're done with this, you need to move on. I mean, and it's really dramatic too. It's like when the Death card comes up, it's a major ending. Deciding that you want to be reborn. You don't want to go through the drudgery of whatever this is, which is not authentic. And you cut your losses and move ahead, deciding that you have to break yourself from this before you can kind of, you know, have something that's good for you. So I feel like you end the relationship, and there's no going back either. And I don't think that would have happened if the Tower didn't happen, if the Tower in reverse didn't happen, if you didn't have that realization that kind of opened your eyes up. So why is the Tower card here in reverse? Who's this person? What's this energy? Additional messages for the Tower card in reverse. For Leo's energies prior to June, who is this person? What is this energy? We have the Four of Swords in reverse. We have the World card in the upright. Yep. So with the Four of Swords in reverse, you just kind of realized that this wasn't going anyplace. You know, I think you were on this merry-go-round for quite a while. Four of Swords in reverse kind of indicates that, you know, things aren't changing, and you're realizing this. You're having a huge frustration because of it. You want it to change, and you're on this merry-go-round. You keep on going around and around and around, and you're just getting burnt out. So, you know, the seed kind of gets planted. Do I want to keep on doing this? You start rethinking things. Is it really in my best kind of nature? Or not nature, is it really best for me? But you're also avoiding you don't really want to think about it. I think you were forced to think about it. I think you were putting it off, kind of like, no, it's okay, everything's fine, because the Four of Swords reverse could be avoiding contemplation, avoiding thinking about something. But you also know it's not going anywhere. So it does bring you to the determination with the World card in the upright that this situation is holding you back from other things, okay? There are other things out there in the world for you, and you're realizing that this chapter needs to end so that you can be ready for something else, for great things that are out there for you. And just the thought of that alone has you with the Nine of Swords. It causes a lot of anxiety. You don't want to let go of this situation. You don't want to let go of this person. And you're really kind of like, well, what's going to happen if I let go? And it can be a thing too with the Nine of Swords where you're in your head and you just, you know, tell yourself, you just start getting in your head about stuff like, I can't possibly, what's going to happen if I let go of this person? You're getting so stressed out about it, and all of these negative emotions just paralyze you. So, you know, you end up not wanting to do anything at all. So I feel like you come to this realization, but then there's a catalyst that makes it kind of fall apart anyways. And it might just be because you are resisting it so much that it ends up falling apart. Why is the King of Pentacles here in reverse? Who's this person? What's this energy? But the only way it was going to change is if this thing happened. And you'll see that it had to happen for a reason. You couldn't keep on going around and around on the merry-go-round and never getting the ring, you know, the brass ring. Why is the King of Pentacles here in reverse for Leos? Who's this person? What's this energy? Additional messages for the King of Pentacles in reverse for Leos. Okay, this person's really like, they hem and haw. Like, you try to pin them down on something and they just don't want to kind of like, they don't want to make a decision either way. So I feel like you're kind of saying to them, hey, if it's not going to be this way, then, you know, we don't need to hang out. We don't need to kind of be together. And they're just kind of sitting there, the Two of Swords, like, well, let's just wait a little while. Let's just sit on this for a little while. I understand, but I don't know what I want. I'm kind of uncertain. But they don't kind of plan on making any definitive move, okay? Because they don't want to commit. So they're not going to tell you anything. And you want it to go in the direction of this Page of Wands. So you want to start a new relationship. You want that romance. You want that energy. This is what you want. You want a relationship you're very excited about. And you kind of tell them that, and they're like, well, you know, and they kind of hem and haw and go back and forth, but they aren't going to commit. They don't want to come out and just kind of like full on tell you that, but because, you know, and they don't know how to either. So that's why they just kind of go back and forth, and they kind of move the walnut shells around and what have you. And then you become the Queen of Wands saying, you know what, I don't need this crap anymore. The Queen of Wands is someone who's powerful. When she walks into a room, all eyes are on her. She's social. She's extroverted. She's super romantic. And she's really smooth. So, I mean, it's just kind of stepping in your power and being like, I'm this fantastic person. I really don't need this crap anymore. I mean, if you aren't going to see me for who I am, then I need to move on. So you get off the merry-go-round, essentially, with this Death card. Why is the Death card here in the upright? Who's this person? What's this energy for Leo? Additional messages for the Death card in the upright for Leo. Who is this person? What is this energy? Okay, so you end up actually going out with friends. Well, I know the climate or whatever, but being more social, basically. So you end this and you decide to be more social, talk to other people, be extroverted. I mean, communication hasn't disappeared, so you're connecting with other people. And the Five of Swords here, you plan on, well, that's that little edge I don't really kind of like, but with the Five of Swords, you're kind of like, I'll show them. Okay, seeing this, you're like, I'll show them. There's somebody better out there. Five of Swords is like, I'm going to win. I'm going to show them that I'm winning. And you're hell-bent determined to get that committed relationship and kind of show them what they lost. So So you're definitely determined to do it. I don't like I said, that little thing of, oh, I'm going to show them, and then that's kind of what drives you. But sometimes people need something like that, a strong emotion like that, to drive them and push them to get on the right path to what they're going to do. So you're going to be very focused moving out of June on finding a committed relationship and not settling for anything else, and kind of working on that and kind of making that happen. So if this resonates, consider personal reading. Otherwise, click on the link below for what your love interest is thinking, and in that spread, it'll tell you something you don't know about them, and if they are seeing somebody else or interested in somebody else. Check out my sun moon predictions in my playlist for 2020. My 2019s are in there. Ask me a question on Instant Go. Check me out on Facebook. Check me out on Insta. Like, share, subscribe, and or donate. Otherwise, adios from Veronica Garnett. Bye.